Most real estate content shows you the dream, the lifestyle, the passive income, the financial freedom. I'm going to show you the spreadsheet. One property, 12 months, every dollar in, every dollar out. The real annualized return. No rounding up, no marketing loss. This is an actual cash flow model from a Michigan property in our portfolio. Before I show you the numbers, I want to explain why Michigan. Because when I tell people I invest in Michigan real estate, the first question I get is always the same. Michigan? Why not California? Why not Florida? Why not somewhere I have heard of? And the answer is exactly that. California and Florida are markets everyone has heard of because they were hot. In 2021, 22, the prices ran up 30, 40, 50% in some markets. And then they corrected sharply. Some markets dropped 25 to 30% from peak. Michigan didn't do that. Michigan appreciated 3 to 5% annually, steadily, consistently, year after year. Not exciting, not headline grabbing, just reliable. And while California and Florida investors were chasing appreciation, Michigan was generating cash flow month after month from rent. That is why Michigan. Not because it is glamorous, because the numbers work. 1% rule is simple. If you buy a property for $100,000, it should generate at least $1,000 per month in rent. That is 1% of the purchase price in monthly income. If that holds, your gross annualized return is 12%. After expenses like property taxes, insurance, property management, you are looking at 7 to 8% net income. On top of that, 3 to 5% annual appreciation on the property value itself. And for my clients in Asian countries like Vietnam or China, there is one more number that almost nobody talks about. The US dollar has appreciated approximately 5% against the Vietnamese dong over the last decade. That is a currency return that comes on top of everything else just from holding a US denominated asset. Now, let me show you the actual property. This property was acquired for $80,000, single family residential, Detroit metro area. Renovated and rent ready cost $14,000, total acquisition cost $101,000. Monthly rental is $1,050. That is just over 1% of the acquisition cost. Annual gross rental income $12,600. Now expenses. Property tax annually $1,800, insurance annually $900, property management 10% of the rent, that is 1260. Maintenance 5%. Total annualized expenses 4,590. Net annualized income $8,010. Net return on the acquisition cost of 101,000 is 7.9%. 7.9% net on a real property with a real tenant in a market that has appreciated consistently for 10 years. This is not a projection. This is a property that exists, that has a tenant that generates this income right now. I want to be direct about who this investment structure is right for and who it is not. It is right for you if you have investable capital, typically 80,000 to 150,000 US dollars per property that you want working harder than a bank account in a hard asset denominated in US dollars. It is right for you if you don't want to manage a property yourself because our model includes property management from day one. You own it, our team will run it. It is not right for you if you are looking for a get rich quick return. 7 to 8% net is excellent for a stabilized residential asset. It is not 30%. Anyone promising 30% on residential real estate in Michigan is either wrong or misleading you. One more thing. For my clients who are also going through Canadian entrepreneur immigration process, these are not competing decisions. A Michigan property runs during your immigration process. It does not interfere with Canadian program requirements. You can be building a USD dominated asset while your Canadian pathway is still being established. I showed you the spreadsheet because I think every investor deserves to see the actual numbers before they make a decision. Not the dream, the spreadsheet. If you want to see more properties, actual acquisition costs, actual rents, actual returns, that information is available. Link in the description to book a conversation with TerraGate Capital. No pitch, just numbers, the honest ones. If those numbers made sense to you and you want to see more properties, actual acquisition costs, actual rents, actual returns, book a discovery call with TerraGate Capital. Link is on the screen right now and in the description below. We walk you through real available properties, the full cash flow model on each one, and the end to end process on how an international investor acquires and manages a Michigan property without being in Michigan. No commitment required, just numbers. And if you found this video useful, subscribe to this channel. Every week I publish content specifically for international investors from Asia who want honest, data driven information about US real estate. Not projections, not promises, just the actual spreadsheet.